We're talking about either a nor'easter or a tropical storm this weekend, but until then, a very, very comfortable stretch. It's meteorologist Joe Martucci. Good to be with you here on this Tuesday morning. We got a local summer special all the way through Thursday here. We're talking about comfortable mornings, warm days, and plenty of rain-free weather to talk about. That changes in a hurry as we go into the weekend, though. Again, either a tropical storm or a nor'easter. Mainly going to be a rain threat, I do believe. We'll talk about that in a minute or two. But we're high and dry for the rest of the week. As high pressure moves from the mid-south all the way into Nova Scotia, and that means it's going to cross our area and keep us rain-free for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Start to see that rain creeping up on the bottom of your screen associated with that low-pressure system we'll talk about in a minute. Futurecast is quiet. We're just going to let this run all the way through Thursday. You can see we barely even get a cloud in the sky as we go into the next couple of days here. Plenty of time to enjoy as we go into this week. Great weather to be outside. Your bus stop forecast looking like this. 56 degrees at 7 a.m., 63 degrees at 9 a.m. here, all loaded with sunshine. Just need a light jacket, dropping your kids or your grandkids off at the bus stop here. At the shore, same story as well. Tuesday's highs will be in the mid-70s everywhere. Notice those winds coming out in the west-northwest. We say goodbye to that sea breeze for Tuesday. Tuesday night is clear, but depending on where you are, it's either going to be a little bit chilly or very comfortable. The warm waters in the bays, that's going to insulate the shore towns and keep us in the 60s, while inland areas should be getting into the low 50s here. I wouldn't be surprised if some spots in the Pine Barrens dipped into the 40s. And then for Wednesday, mid to upper 70s all around. Winds coming out of the northwest, just a little bit lighter there. We take a look at our futurecast for the weekend. Here's the storm we're talking about. Whether it is a tropical storm or it is a nor'easter, the impacts will still be the same, and that means a lot of rain for us here. This is mainly looking to be a Saturday into Saturday night thing. I think we'll see some rain Sunday, but it doesn't look to be a washout here. But if you do have Saturday plans, you got to either move them to Friday or Sunday, and even Sunday you got to cross your fingers for, or move it to another weekend here. We'll take a look at our storm threats. Again, my biggest concern will be the rainfall flooding. We're going to get at least an inch, and really we're talking about who's going to see 3 or 4 inches of rain from this. So there will be flooding issues to talk about. The tidal flooding, thankfully, because we're in the quarter moon, we should just be in minor flood stage. So that's just a nuisance flooding we see several dozen times a year. The wind damage looks to be isolated, nothing significant. Beach erosion will be likely. And remember, we saw beach erosion last weekend with the remnants of Lee and even Hurricane Lee itself as it was moving up the East Coast. Here's a look at that inland 7-day forecast for you. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s for the rest of the week here. It's going to be really comfortable. The weekend, not the same. Good weekend to be inside. And if you're at the shore, do think about making some preparations here, whether it's moving your car or taking in the loose objects or the hanging objects that you have there. You're definitely going to want to make some preparations as you go into the weekend. We have seen bigger storms, but just something to be aware of. We'll have more details for you on this on our website, pressofac.com/weather. And while you're there, check out our Across the Sky podcast, third biggest weather podcast in the country. We were talking all about bounce houses and wind-related incidents with them. We talked with one researcher from the University of Georgia who has the details.